Secrets of Coins, revealing the rare coins in history, disclosed.
1922, a year that tested the strength of America. The nation was rebuilding after World War I, and the economy was shifting from factories of war to factories of prosperity. Yet in the midst of that change, one coin emerged from the Denver Mint that would become one of the greatest mysteries in U.S. coin history. The 1922 Lincoln Wheat Cent, famous for its missing mint mark. Support our effort, subscribe, like, and share so that we can bring you more amazing videos revealing the secrets and hidden value of rare coins like this one. Now let's dive deep into the fascinating story of the 1922 no-D penny, a coin so unique that it stands alone among all Lincoln cents ever struck. In 1922, the U.S. Mint in Denver was the only mint producing 1-cent coins. The Philadelphia and San Francisco mints weren't striking pennies that year, so every single mint of 1 cent should technically have a D mint mark under the date, but due to severe die wear and over-polishing, a small batch of coins left the Denver Mint without any visible mint mark. Collectors were stunned. A 1922 penny with no D shouldn't exist, yet there it was. The coin's composition followed the standard for the wheat cents: 95% copper, 5% tin and zinc, weighing 3.11 grams. But this wasn't an ordinary penny. It became one of the most famous minting errors in U.S. coinage, and one of the most valuable. Now let's talk about value, because the prices this coin commands are jaw-dropping. A 1922D, with clear mint mark and circulated condition, is worth around $30 to $80, but the 1922 no-D variety is an entirely different story. In fine F12 condition, it can fetch $200 to $400. In very fine VF30, you're looking at $800 to $200. An extremely fine XF40 example can bring $2,000 to $3,000. In mint state, MS63 red brown, prices skyrocket to $10,000 to $15,000, and in full red MS65 condition, one of the finest known examples, sold for an incredible $55,200 at auction. That's right, a 1-cent coin that slipped through the mint's fingers is now worth over $50,000. But not every 1922 penny without a visible D is the famous variety. That's what makes identifying this coin tricky and fascinating. You see, the Denver Mint produced several die pairs that year, and only die pair number 2 is recognized as the true no-D variety. On this die, the mint mark was completely polished away, but the rest of the details remain sharp, especially the word Liberty and Lincoln's profile. On the fake or weak no-D varieties, the mint mark area may look mushy, and the word Liberty appears faint. Those are not the real deal. So when collectors are looking for the genuine 1922 no-D, they pay special attention to the clarity of the design and the strength of the strike. This coin isn't just rare, it's a one-year anomaly. Every other Lincoln cent in U.S. history has a mint mark if struck outside Philadelphia. But in 1922, with the Denver Mint working under extreme die wear and no backup production, this fluke created one of the greatest rarities in modern numismatics. Let's imagine 1922 America for a moment. Calvin Coolidge was president, radio was the new entertainment, and a penny could still buy you a stick of gum or a handful of candy. Nobody at the time could have guessed that one of those simple copper coins would one day sell for tens of thousands of dollars. Collectors love the 1922 no-D because it's part mystery, part accident, and part miracle. It reminds us that even in the precision world of coin minting, human error can create legends. Now let's talk about finding one. Most are discovered in old coin jars, inherited collections, or bags of wheat pennies that have sat untouched for generations. If you find a 1922 penny, grab a magnifying glass and look just below the date. If there's no visible mint mark, don't get too excited just yet. You'll need to check the rest of the details. A strong strike on Lincoln's face and the word Liberty is a good sign. If the coin is weakly struck overall, it's probably a weak D and not the rare no-D variety. Once you think you've found one, do not clean or polish it. That can instantly destroy its surface and slash its value. Instead, place it in a 2x2 coin holder and send it to a trusted grading company like PCGS or NGC for authentication. As for errors and varieties, there are a few other interesting 1922 cents. Some show die cracks, die gouges, and weak D varieties, which can still sell for hundreds depending on the condition. But the crown jewel remains the 1922 No D Strong Reverse, the true key to the wheat penny series. Selling such a coin depends on what you have. If it's a common 1922D, online platforms like eBay or Facebook Marketplace work fine. But if you're lucky enough to own a verified No D example, take it to heritage auctions. Stax Bowers or Great Collections, that's where serious collectors compete, and where your coin could make headlines. This coin isn't just a mistake. It's a story of rarity born out of necessity, of mint workers trying to stretch equipment to the limit, and of collectors decades later discovering a hidden treasure. So the next time you're going through old wheat pennies, pay attention to those from 1922. That tiny space where the they should be could hold the key to a life-changing discovery. Support our effort. Subscribe, like, and share, so we can keep bringing you more amazing stories of coins that turned ordinary change into treasures worth thousands. Because behind every cent, there's a century of history, and sometimes a priceless mistake.